Afternoon, bowlers. How are you, pal?
Afternoon, Pete. You okay, mate?
Yeah, all good. Thank you, mate.
Good.
Obviously, it's a few weeks since we spoke. There's been plenty
Yeah.
going on. Again, very much a two halves against Rosalind Park, which saw a really
Mm.
resurgent second half performance. And
Yeah.
as a coaching group, I guess all you can ask is to take that into the next game, which we duly
Mm.
did, providing a cracking performance at the weekend to beat Cambridge.
Yeah, I'd say we've kind of been teetering with performances over the last few weeks. But we started really well down at Rams. We started really well down at Bishop Stortford. And then to kind of pitch up against Rosalind Park and be under the pump the way we were, especially in the first half. We understood obviously the conditions playing into the wind up the slope. Obviously that was going to have a massive impact on performance. But I thought the way the boys rallied in the second half, the passion that they showed, the belief, and the way the crowd got behind the boys was absolutely sensational. And to go and score six second half tries against Rosalind Park is no mean feat. And had the game pushed on a little bit longer, who knows? But to take a point out of the game, obviously, was a real plus because the game could have easily got away from us, and thankfully it never did. And I think the big thing was to take what we saw in the second half against Rosalind and put it into practice against Cambridge. And that was the message for the players, and I felt they did that on Saturday to a man. And all credit to the boys. They certainly pitched up Tuesday, and training conditions were certainly interesting. A lot of water on the pitch, and I'm pretty sure the boys deep down inside probably didn't want to train, but ultimately they did the session. And sometimes it's not about training; it's just about getting on with it. And it was a big character test, and I felt that we certainly took a lot of what we did on Tuesday into the game on Saturday. And the resolve the boys showed, and the commitment, and even when we were down, one score with 2 minutes to go, the composure the players showed and the resilience just to keep going and believe that they could win was absolutely sensational. And really proud, and also a massive mention to the coaches. They've worked so hard, and they continually work hard behind the scenes. And sometimes when results don't go your way, you question what you do. But I'm a firm believer you have to stick to your guns, and you have to back what you're doing, and eventually performance will happen, which is what it did on Saturday.
Definitely. I said you mentioned the word belief there. To beat one of the top teams like Cambridge, it gives the squad that belief that they can beat anyone, and it's just a matter of that consistency we're striving for to string some of these performances together, and that will allow us to climb the table.
But yeah, totally. And I think what ultimately underpins that is competition for places. Obviously we've seen a few lads come in. Obviously, notably Ben Morris from Wasps, who Ben's made an impact straight away. His starts at the weekend was superb, but more importantly, he's fitted in with the lads. And that shows he's such a top bloke, and in the way he conducted himself on Saturday was fantastic. Reece Thomas coming back in from Coventry on loan, certainly put a massive shift in the second row, and then to welcome back Dan Lewis after a lengthy layoff with injury, Rob Knox. It's great to see these boys coming back in, because the competition and the quality within that match day squad then improves, increases, and ultimately that gets you a performance that you're looking for. And we've picked up obviously a couple of injuries along the way, notably last week with Sue and Pat, and we wish both those lads speedy recovery. But we've also got a couple of boys hopefully coming back from injury, moving into the Leeds week. So Joe Foreman and Will Safe, they're certainly not far away, and hopefully the squad will certainly be even stronger in this last block, which is what we're looking for.
Top stuff, mate. We'll enjoy the rest of the week off, and then we look forward to going up to Leeds next week.
Absolutely, Pete. Cheers, bud.
Thanks, mate.